Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Okay, so what does my collective need to know? Okay, so we've got something surrounding some sort of hard work, okay? Persistent hard work on earn. Masculine or feminine has been working hard on their earn persistently, and somebody has, with his Ten of Pentacles in reverse, joined forces, Two of Cups in reverse with an X, to take some sort of wealth. That is the truth. So we've got an X who's joined forces with others to take some sort of generational wealth. I don't know. There's been a lot of manipulation, a lot of magic, a lot of manipulation. So this money was taken and a lot of spell work was done. Two of Swords in reverse. They was lacking in their own world, okay? They was lacking in their own world. Four of Wands in reverse. So other people in hometown, and we've got Eight of Swords, other people in hometown was lacking money, okay? So they joined forces with an X to take this generational wealth. We've got Empress in reverse. We've also got a bad mother figure. Also, we have the Devil card under the Four of Wands in reverse. So this is a town, a hometown full, or a city full of devil worshippers. Okay? Shit mother figures, devil worshippers, all joined forces to steal somebody else's hard work, somebody else's wealth. And then we have the Death card. So they probably, with the Six of Cups in reverse, because they're very childish, they thought that they would team together with an X to take this generational wealth, use a lot of black magic, probably with some sort of satanic cult, coven, devil worshippers, and to avoid going to prison, they've tried to do some sort of like death spells, okay? And they've tried to bring an ending to masculine or feminine. Could be a high priestess, don't have to be, but they don't want you to listen to your intuition, alright? They're all going to prison for life. We've got Queen of Swords, so somebody could be investigating this, okay? Somebody could be investigating this. They're going to prison for life. They need help with their healing. They could have took some sort of inspirational ideas also. And then we've got Rebirth in reverse. And they didn't want masculine or feminine to who they stole from. We've got Honesty in reverse and Danger. They don't want to be honest, okay? They don't want masculine or feminine to get this money back. And what they've done is dangerous and low vibrational, and we have renewal. They all signed some sort of a contract with a DEVIL to take hold of this money, to come against masculine or feminine for the love of money that was never even theirs in the first place. And they don't want to be honest. They want to take this to the grave. They don't want other people to know how dangerous they actually are, with this danger of loss in reverse, because they don't want to lose what they've already taken. We've got discretion. They tried to be really discreet. They tried to be really discreet, make out like they've never done anything of the sort. Yet they was all caught together. We've got celebration, celebrating. So they've all been caught together, celebrating. So they celebrated taking hold of some wealth. We've got King of Wands in reverse, a ruthless warlock. We have the Strength card in reverse, and the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. So they all, everyone who masculine or feminine loved at some point. Okay? All the fours there. Joined forces for this wealth. And they wanted to be really childish and say that masculine or feminine was weak, okay? Not strong enough to have this wealth to themselves, Okay, so probably all went into a court, 0505, and claimed masculine or feminine wasn't well enough, wasn't strong enough, okay? Masculine or feminine needed help with some sort of healing, alright? Living in dream world. And even these friends could have worked in housing, was sneak attacking masculine or feminine through dream state, okay? Could have been sneaking around trying to get some S images, also S magic, S of swords, that's just true. So they all joined forces, these absolute clowns, jealous of masculine or feminine and their stardom, okay? They wanted this stardom for themselves, so they're a set of clout seekers, they're miserable, okay? 10 of Pentacles, they're miserable. They tried to sacrifice to cover up with an X, so there could be multiple X's. They tried to sacrifice masculine or feminine and then point the finger at masculine or feminine and say there's something wrong. They need help with their healing, whilst everybody was sticking the boot in, okay, trying to kick masculine or feminine down. 8 of Wands in reverse, spread a lot of bad news because they're miserable on the inside. Then we have the Death card. So they could have tried to end masculine or feminine multiple times, and they wanted to battle and compete with masculine till the death. We have the banker card, okay, and somebody who's propped up at a bar all the time, drinking, partying, celebrating with money that was never even there. 6 of Swords in reverse, they tried to stop this news from getting out there by bringing an ending. They caused some sort of heartbreak. They broke masculine or feminine's heart because, well, this is everybody who was supposed to have loved masculine or feminine at some point, or masculine or feminine loved at some point, collaborating, teaming up, grouping up together. And they thought with this Hermit Virgo, masculine or feminine is on their own. 5 of Swords, so they're easy to take masculine or feminine down. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, because they wanted to come out of poverty. But there is justice. Again, we've got 8 of Swords. They're all going to prison. They've been shaking hands. They've been making deals. Okay, if you join in with this and you help us take masculine or feminine down, we'll give you this much of this money. And everybody started joining forces. Pure greed, mammon, wealth. So these are the ones who need help because you can't all group up to take wealth, what's never even theirs to take in the first place, and then try and bump the person off 0808 because that is actually severe crime. And it is linking to human trafficking, social services. So they've all joined forces with a set of like pedos. Wanted to take this wealth, this generational wealth, and then traffic, masculine or feminine. The hell? Joined a satanic cult or curving, support, can't even get it out. Maybe they all wanted to support each other because of this wealth, so they're all well connected, performing satanic rituals and sacrifices. Wow. Wow. So they all joined a satanic cult or curving. Everybody. Everybody joined in. Everybody played their part. They got social services involved, okay? The government, alright? Created an infestation through witchcraft. And they've been going on spree endings. So they probably ended other people in the process because they wanted this wealth for themselves. Sneak attacking the innocent, the youth, okay? Sneak attacking with friends. So much karmic debts accumulated. So they're all best of friends now. Even people came from out of town to join in. So even people from out of hometown came from wherever they was to try and end masculine or feminine for wealth that was never even there. Signed a contract in BLOOD with the devil to come against you. I did say this. So they all signed a contract to take generational wealth that was never even theirs in the first place. They got bank accounts offshore, overseas, with stolen money in of masculine or feminines. So they've got bank accounts overseas with stolen money in. Paid for £1 million or $1 million HIT as well. So this wealth is millions, okay? For them to want to waste £1 million on a HIT, this money is worth millions. So there's going to be a lawsuit, alright? A lot of people was pressured to turn against masculine or feminine, okay? And if they didn't want to turn against masculine or feminine, then they probably all joined forces to turn against them. We've got a criminal conspiracy. So everybody conspired together with the corrupt government, okay? These arrogant, pig-headed who refuse to apologise for what they've done. With a lot of arrogant, egotistical, pig-headed cranks who work within the justice system. So a lot of pig-heads. Arrogant, pig-headed, low vibrational, and here we go, the arrogant, pig-headed judge. Alright. So corrupt judge took hair, BLOOD, and nail sample for hair, BLOOD, and nail ritual and voodoo dolls. They'd done this to me at Hull Crown Court years back, okay? So they do this. So hair, BLOOD, and nail samples for hair, BLOOD, and nail rituals and voodoo dolls, and probably to try and set masculine or feminine up for crimes they've not committed. And then try and S-traffic masculine or feminine because there's unrequited love there. Then we've got 6 of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Swords. They was trying to block some sort of success, okay? They wanted this success for themselves. They wanted to be seen as a star. 4 of Swords, so they tried to put masculine or feminine in isolation. 2 of Wands in reverse, and we've got like the foreign card. So these cowards put money in offshore overseas accounts and probably tried to POISON masculine or feminine with foreign bodies. Something which should not be ingested as a form of attack because they don't want to go to prison for what they've done. 4 of Wands, this is somebody who masculine or feminine used to live with at some point, so it could be ex, could be mother, could be father, could be siblings. It's ex. Who's tried to sacrifice their own ex, alright, because they didn't want to lose money, what they got hold of. Wow. Yeah, they wanted to come out of poverty. 4 of Wands, someone who masculine or feminine used to live with at some point. So ex, siblings, okay, parental figures. And here's a corrupt judge. 7 of Wands, fabricating evidence, legal documentation and tampering with medical records, working together with a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. Absolutely disgusting. They wanted to eat well, okay? So they wanted to create a diversion. They had it all mapped out for them to avoid judgment. They wanted to create diversions, okay? Distractions, because they didn't want to face judgment for what they was doing. They didn't like masculine or feminine not wanting to be controlled, okay? They didn't want masculine or feminine to be happy. They all joined forces because they wanted masculine or feminine to be dead. Ugh. That with the Ace of Wands is what they was passionate about. That's what they had planned. Everybody went in for the backstab. They've got somebody linking to a bank, a lot of underhanded behaviour. Somebody who worked in or knows somebody who works in a bank. They don't want these pieces of the puzzle to be put together. They like to spend a lot of time pissing money up the wall, gambling, and they like to feel all powerful. Somebody who masculine or feminine has known since they was a baby, who lives inside of this ruthless hometown. Five of Cups, who doesn't want to lose because they enjoyed playing big man, big woman. Six of Cups, times running out, family, someone from past, someone who masculine or feminine has known since a baby and quite possibly lived with at some point with this ex. So much underhanded behaviour. They want to avoid judgment for what they've done. So they keep committing more crimes and more crimes and more crimes and more crimes. And it just keeps getting more and more severe. This is why they're all going down. They even got in touch with a dark high priestess and with this judge to do this voodoo doll. Even got in touch with a dark high priestess, this judge, to do a voodoo doll and these rituals to avoid judgment. Avoid this brutal betrayal with a dark high priestess who likes to do a lot of spell work, illusions, confusions. It was all orchestrated, shaking hands behind the scene to stop this money coming towards masculine or feminine. 10 of Cups in reverse to help this dysfunctional family avoid facing judgment. But their ship with this dark high priestess is about to sink. All they do is hexes, curses, spell work, okay? That's all they do. They think that they can kick people down. Hexes, curses, spell work. Six of Cups, Six of Wands, sorry, in reverse. They've got nothing to be successful for. Like, they've never made anything of themselves, this dark high priestess. They've never made anything of themselves. Everything they have is from dark spell work. Let me tell you that. They could have D-R-U-G-G-E-D, masculine or feminine, and trash talk masculine or feminine. I said, they don't deserve their own wealth because this, that and the other. But a lot of these people are on mental health tablets, involved in a RICO, okay, money laundering, embezzlement. They've been getting recorded, okay. Yeah, they've got caught out, fake friends, putting money into bank accounts, alright, and then we've got copycat. And then they've been rage baiting. So these fake friends, they've been getting in their fields, they've been rage baiting, getting masculine or feminine mad, and then saying, oh, there's something wrong with masculine or feminine, alright? They need help with healing, they need some mental health tablets because they don't want the record to be set straight about them being a set of street rats, toxic, a set of gold diggers, a set of bums, a set of gold diggers, a set of bums. They know they fucked up with this ex. How can you expect somebody not to fight for their own wealth and quite possibly for some child or children, okay, against a set of jealous, envious haters who don't want their criminal enterprise to fall to pieces? Explosion, they're going to get raided. Them, their side pieces, their bugaboos, when they set off on the road, alright, maybe to watch and stalk masculine or feminine, they're leaving their D-R-U-G-S, they're leaving their D-R-U-G-S stashes to come and stalk masculine or feminine, and then they're getting raided. So they're too busy trying to come up against masculine or feminine that they're leaving, taking the eyeballs off their DRUGS stashes, because some of them have spent this stolen money on DRUG trafficking, and they've been too busy maybe trash talking masculine or feminine. Say masculine or feminine is a SEX worker, yeah, they are trying to traffic masculine or feminine, and quite possibly child or children, but if there's child or children not involved for some, then try to do this to masculine or feminine as a child, they're under investigation for trafficking, okay. The police, they're also under investigation, and it's game over. They was paying hush-hush money, these toxic family members, these toxic friends, they was paying hush-hush money, okay. Probably got a side piece who works within the police, who works within the bank, okay. They think everybody's dumb there, alright? They think everybody's dumb, that nobody's going to be able to piece together that it's reactive abuse. They got onto a contract ending. They didn't want to see masculine or feminine get into a relationship. All they wanted to keep doing was cashing checks. You go get lippy, you said this, you said this, you get lippy, get them to kick on off, you get lippy, you get lippy. Yeah, they didn't want masculine or feminine to have a new beginning. You get lippy, you said this, you do this, you do that, and when they get mad and angry because they're all arrogant and pig-headed and they don't want to apologise because they've all thoroughly enjoyed themselves, these bitter little bitches, look, fake apology in reverse. They don't want to apologise for what they've done at all. But I'm guessing masculine or feminine keeps fighting. And now they want to go on the run, they're angry because they don't go out and party and celebrate anymore. They've been keeping promises to each other, to burn evidence, to keep getting rid of any evidence, okay? DRUGS people. Anybody who knows about it, because they want to get away, so they've ended somebody before. Even maybe the side pieces who they grouped up with to destroy masculine or feminine, they've probably ended them before too. Wow. Wow. Oh, wowie, wowie, wowie. And they thought, if we team together, okay, DRUGS, masculine or feminine, keep rage baiting masculine or feminine, bully them, push them around here, okay, message them online, and if masculine or feminine kicks off, we can just call the ambulance because we've got a pal who works within ambulance services, who works within, like for example, NHS, who've been taking money under the table. They don't want to lose their job for what they've been doing. A community of corrupt medical staff, so like ambulance services, okay, doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, healthcare workers, mental health services. They've got a pal here, a pal there, a pal there. So they thought, oh, we'll just get them on the hate train. And they did. They all started working behind the scenes, okay. They didn't want masculine or feminine to come out of poverty, okay. We've got message in reverse and poverty in reverse. They didn't want anyone to see masculine or feminine as high on her. Because this main female here, mature woman, she wanted to come out of poverty. She didn't want to have to work hard for what she's got. So she's took a chunk of money. She has. And she's been rallying the troops with this corrupt judge and this silly bins. Yeah, this silly bins. They thought if we all join together, family, friends, exes, okay, we'll get corrupt law here hanging out of our ass. And a community of people to help cover up this theft. There is a parental figure who's done this to their own child. Wants to cash on in, alright? Doesn't want their own child to be seen as high honour, never been treated well throughout life, and wanted to bring a change. Just end masking off owners, so probably an insurance job, alright? To stop this from coming to light, and it's somebody who's linking to the Freemasons. Not wanting this to come to light because someone in this group, this satanic cult coven, they know somebody who works within a funeral home, and then they can label the death as not suspicious, okay? They took an OD or something like that, is what I'm getting. Yeah, they also tamper with death certificates. So that's what's coming to light. They tamper with death certificates because they've got a lover who works in there, and they thought we'll get them to join on the hate train. And she's like, yeah, we'll just rally everybody we can. If we have to rally half of the country into helping us out with this robbery and theft, then we will do. And the corrupt judge is like, yeah, of course, we will rally half the bloody country in. We'll even get the neighbours involved, and we could even get some people from overseas to help cover up this theft, people outside of local community, okay, as they go abroad. So they even got somebody overseas to come and try and end masking off, and we've got high honour in reverse, and we've got bad health in reverse. Someone who's very childish, someone who's very mentally retarded from abroad, a mature man in reverse, false person. Someone who's very retarded from abroad, someone who's mentally immature from abroad, a HIT man. Linking to this mature woman to help cover up this theft. So they even roped somebody in abroad. Offered them a gift of some sort of money. I don't know. And help them work behind the scenes, okay? They would give some money and then they would become a wealthy man. So I'm getting that this hit is like a masculine energy. Yeah, they would become a wealthy man if this is this million hit from abroad. If you come over to this country, okay, this force, if you come over, yeah, we've got concern in reverse, don't worry about it. We'll put you up at this house or this hotel and we'll let you stay here. Messaging. Maybe offering some travel money, okay, for their occupation, which is a HIT man. So some sort of travel money, what they got to come down, that's probably flight tickets or something like that. To come from abroad. Probably showed a picture of masking off feminine of who they wanted to end 6 of Wands in reverse and started 5 of Wands battling, okay, a human hunting party. Oh, they have fucked up. They have fucked up. They've been trying to give SEX favours for immunity. And they're probably angry because, well, they probably slept with the hitman and said to destroy this masculine or feminine. So they probably slept with the HIT man and then said to destroy. Maybe she slept with a HIT man. Maybe he slept with a HIT man, because none of them want to go to prison. Again, none of them want this to come to light. And they've all been working together with occupation to stitch masculine or feminine up, quite possibly for crimes they've not committed, 29, and been paying people, okay, who work at like courthouse and people who work in housing. It's just ridiculous how far people will go to take hold of money that was never even theirs, and how many people get roped into this type of shit for the love of money that's never even theirs in the bloody first place. So this could be a satanic cult or coven, which is like worldwide, alright? Worldwide rats, what this X has joined into. A satanic cult or coven, which is full of worldwide rats, alright? So all the rats are just joining forces, all the rats. And these fake friends, who are also rats, who are also greedy, okay? They've been tapping into masculine or feminine's firms illegally. So this could be like some sort of a church cult or a church coven, alright? Where they're all trying to cover each other's backs and traction like Catholic churches. Yeah, because they're actually all, majority of them, are all devil worshippers. So much evidence, it can't be denied anymore. And then we've got AWOL. Then we've got AWOL. And after, if the plots, plans and schemes would have worked, they wanted to organ harvest masculine or feminine, so S traffic, okay, take absolutely everything, and then organ harvest, because they are linking to a corrupt funeral home, where they are taking, even if family or relatives said, no, we want to opt out of this, which is an absolute nightmare, and they're all wolves in sheep's clothing. Somebody involved has had some sort of child S abuse under the belt before. They all wanted to outnumber masculine or feminine with a 7 of wands, 5 of cups, because they wanted masculine or feminine to lose absolutely everything. Maybe lose child or children, lose wealth, lose health, okay, lose their house, their home, everything they've been working for. That's what they all joined forces for. Why would people do that? And I've been doing death spells. Because they're heartless. They're heartless. So there's some sort of bad messages, what they've been messaging each other, okay? Online, okay? Email, social media. Accounts are getting backed up and backed up and backed up and backed up. Vigilance. They wanted to be vigilant. Even these military, they wanted to be all vigilant. They was all grouping together. Maybe even military from abroad. Some people with a military background involved. Armageddon. So they joined forces, a fight between good and evil. So they recruited a lot of evil people, a lot of Luciferians, a lot of devil worshippers to battle against the Most High. Because they wanted this money. They wanted this sole purpose. And we got Hierophant in reverse. So it's corrupt government and corrupt church. Secrets being revealed. All the threes are. Corrupt government and corrupt church. 9 of Wands, who love to play sick, sinister games. This is what the UK military is involved in. Also, this is what a lot of these military are involved in. Robbing the life out of other people for money under the table. Wolves in sheep's clothing. They are not there to serve to defend and protect the general public or protect anybody who's got anything about them, okay? They're only here to serve to defend and protect these devil worshippers, unfortunately. They don't like Archangel Michael. None of them do. They don't like Archangel Michael. So they joined forces with fake friends, a lot. They wanted to cause drama. They wanted to party. They wanted to celebrate. They're all rats, they're for the streets. Along with this ratty police force, who this fake friend has probably been in bed with these fake friends, these ratty police force, and putting money into their accounts. So again, we've got racketeering, embezzlement, money laundering. And they're obsessed with taking masculine or feminine's light and life. Even a corrupt police force. So some people from local police force could have gone to masculine or feminine's school or something like that, and I thought, nah, we're not having them having their own wealth. Of course we'll join forces. We've always been a set of jealous little bitches, yeah, they know they fucked up. They've been going hard as fuck to protect these karmics. They've been getting real angry as well. And why should they have all this money? I'm not having it. And now the law will be changed because of what they've been doing. So the law's going to be changed because of what they've done. So they was all like gossiping, okay, sitting back, watching it all go down, false reports, okay. They didn't want to lock masculine or feminine up, okay, these exes, alright, these fake friends. We've got marriage. And then we have great fortune. So there's also a married couple who took a gift of some of this sudden wealth. They was lovers at the time. They wanted to create despair too, okay? They wanted to take this money because they wanted to get married. Because they wanted to get married, alright? So somebody's took hold of some of this money and then they got married with stolen money. So that full wedding, probably local police, okay? Probably local police got involved in going to this wedding knowing that it's all from stolen money. It was a fake wedding. It was all fake. It was all fake. They don't even love each other, okay? They just wanted to have a nice fancy celebration, okay? And take hold of money. Yeah, look, we've got lovers. They don't even love each other. They don't even love each other. They just joined forces to take this money and then get married. So probably people in local, well, they took a gift of this money. Probably all the corrupt coppers turned on up to a fake wedding where everything looked all fancy and posh. What was all bought for with stolen money. And they thought because they know people who work within the courtroom that they'd just keep getting away with it. There's a lot of people involved in this. A lot of evil people with this evil judge. And they thought, of course, we'll just split this money amongst ourselves. We've got wealthy man in reverse. So there's like a masculine or feminine energy who works within the courtroom. A majority of their wealth they've got from stealing from others. Any of their partners, okay? Any exes who want to battle it out in the courtroom to take wealth off their own ex-partners because they arrogant, pig-headed, this corrupt courthouse will help them. It's like whole crown court and whole magistrates, pig-headed, all of them. Real pig-headed. 38, 38. Real pig-headed. Let me tell you that. They don't even know how to spell justice, some of these people in this courtroom, because they've never brought justice. Yeah, look, King of Swords in reverse. They've never brought justice. They've never brought justice. All they've done with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is just help exes and family members and fake-ass friends and people in the local community to take wealth and then gangster freaks and tried to get some sort of power of attorney, okay, because they was in some sort of a love relationship and getting some sort of like same-sex relationship, and with a star card in reverse, they didn't want masculine or feminine to be able to heal. So they was doing all these rituals, okay? They was doing POISON. They was starting fights, drama, arguments, okay? False reporting, false arrest, trying to lock masculine and feminine up here, there, because they didn't want masculine or feminine to ever heal. So basically, masculine or feminine has just been getting slammed around to try and stop this from coming to light. And then we've got something to do with occupation, working on death certificates. We've got mature man in reverse. Working on like death certificates and working on an insurance job. This crank, who's nothing but a fake ass bitch, and he's in a relationship, we've got lovers in reverse, and tricking partner that they're going to get married someday, but they don't even love their own partner. So it's a very loveless relationship. It's a loveless relationship. They're all falling to pieces. Everything's crumbling. Everything's crashing. They're trying to run away. Okay. All the partners are cheating on each other. What do you expect? They're very toxic. These type of people are never going to stay loyal or faithful to anybody. They're never going to. But this community, been going on for a long time. All of them join forces. I get lippy. Get lippy, get lippy, get lippy. Helpers trying to kick them to the curb. Get lippy, get lippy, get lippy. All these local bikes, all these local viewers, all these local sluts, alright? They've been putting money into their accounts too. All these local slags. Yeah, they've been getting a room, these hoes. They have. While they've been robbing the life out of masculine or feminine, they've been spending it on SEX workers and then trying to S-traffic the victim. Now you tell me that there ain't something wrong with these cranks. Yeah, they're all haters. So everybody in this community, in this hometown, they're a set of haters. And we've got thoughts in reverse. They have no brains. They have no brains. They have no emotional intelligence. They're all drab. They're all toxic. They're all fakes. They're all frauds. They're all phonies. Everybody in this hometown is a fake, a fraud, a phony. Everybody is. Six of Swords in reverse. So even these corrupt coppers, they don't want masculine or feminine to be able to move forward, or with this hacking accounts, they don't want masculine or feminine to get a good solicitor to help them. Yeah, we got investigating in reverse because they don't want to go and do investigation. So this is why they've been illegally hacking masculine or feminine's account. These little rats. These little bum-bums, not liking that masculine or feminine doesn't want to be lied to, doesn't want to be controlled, and doesn't want to be manipulated. Why would anybody want all these people to have hold of their money? Why would anybody want to be controlled by a set of low vibrational people who just get lippy? Alright? Get lippy. And try and burn evidence when they cause a lot of drama because they're all in bed with one another. That's why corrupt police force have been trying to burn evidence and just slam each other, and that's why they don't want to apologise, because they're all in bed. Every single one of them. So none of these military can stay faithful in a relationship. None of these corrupt law can stay faithful in a relationship. None of these family members, none of these friends, none of these exes can stay faithful. Yet they all want to make out like they're being loyal to each other. They can't even spell loyalty, a lot of these people. They don't even know what loyalty is. They always cheat on the partners, let me tell you that. So a set of cheaters who always cheat on the partners. Two of Swords in reverse. Seeing through that, they're all going to get found guilty. They all wanted to point the finger at masculine or feminine and say they're the problem, to try and take control, to rip this success from them, to rip this wealth from them, and say Masculine or feminine is lacking this, lacking here, lacking here, lacking there, lacking here, lacking there. For some, could have been born with psychic abilities since birth. Lacking here, lacking there, lacking here, and surrounded by corrupt government who are in a dark, evil, secret society who think that they should be able to just take whatever off other people and bump them off. Anything for a come up, okay? Anything for a come up. Watching masculine or feminine online, okay? Trying to cause chaos, trauma, okay? More traumatic events. This is where the law's going to be changed. Piecing the puzzle together. More trauma, more traumatic events. Not liking a truth teller, a truth seeker. So they wanted to create more trauma and more traumatic events, and now they're all going to get sued, left, right and centre. Claim rights and ownership over your work, success and full life. Cranks. I don't know how a community of low-rank cranks can even look at themselves in a mirror. All these neighbours who got on the hate train because they're a set of jealous, bitter little bitches. Set of jealous, bitter little bitches. So just a hometown full of bitter little bitches who think that they should just prop themselves up at a bar, alright, and piss somebody else's money up the wall and gamble it away. And somebody who works in a bank is going to be losing the job. Linking to an ex who wants to pretend to be successful. So somebody who works at a bank linking to an ex is going to be getting locked up, starting arguments to make masculine or feminine look bad, failing divine test, all united against one person, and all enemies join forces to get on the hate train to get masculine or feminine locked up for crimes they've not committed, or rage baiting, reactive abuse. And if masculine or feminine stands up for themselves and say, right, they're the problem here, not all these, because they're all Jezebels, incubus, succubus, mammon, demonically possessed, devil worshippers. What do you expect from a devil worshipper? And coming against you is the only thing that motivates them. So they've got nothing else better to do in their life, these exes and these bitter friends and these bitter family members have got nothing else better to do because they are jealous of masculine or feminine success, wealth, okay? And mental magic has backfired on their full entire bloodline. They can't heal. They refuse to do their own shadow work. So, masculine and feminine, they need help with their healing. They're not all there in their head. Yeah, they're cold-hearted, cold-blooded, K-I-L-L-E-R, psychopaths, sociopaths, pure selfish, pure egotistical, arrogant, pig-headed, getting involved in child abduction, grooming, blackmail, brainwashing, black magic, MK Ultra for money, and child. Karmic hometown, soulless community deals with the devil. So, it's a very soulless community. Very soulless. Very soulless. They thought you were easily replaceable, but one of a kind. So very soulless people, jealous of somebody else's soul, somebody else's wealth, okay? Their line of work, okay? The gifts, skills, talents, their life, what they want to take for themselves. So, K-I-L-L-E-R's. This is why they've recruited military. But there's no honour amongst thieves. And they're going to want to do some sort of a plea deal. A settlement, a plea deal. And they are sick for the black magic backfiring onto them. And there's cracks in all these false reports. Because they've been going for it. Constantly on the blower. Friends, ex-friends, they've all been getting off the tits, you see. Alright, on DRUGS and getting pissed and then filing false reports and bullying from all angles to help a father and son or a father and daughter. So all been getting pissed, okay, all been partying, celebrating to help a father and son or a father and daughter. And then want to just try to sacrifice masculine or feminine. And quite possibly, if they've done this to child or children, then they want masculine or feminine child or children to be sacrificed for their sole purpose with an X. So this X is even wanting to end their own child for money. And then wants to put money in a foreign cow with a corrupt judge. Disgusting, but they've been doing this at Whole Crown Court. My family, my ex's family, ex-friends, multiple times they've sacrificed me, my children, my cherubim, my little teeny tiny, and splitting money amongst themselves because they think they're hard or something. So none of these people are real men or real women, unfortunately. They've all been very poorly raised, set of devil worshippers who are very poorly raised by their mother and father because they've never taught them to pray to Jesus. A family full of devil worshippers who teamed up with some devil worshippers in courthouse and corrupt officials to take this money. This is where we got AWOL, corrupt military and family. Didn't care about the child or children, okay? Because they all also wanted to end child or children with maybe a grandmother. Here is some sort of insurance job on grandchildren. Because the more they've got away with what they've been doing, the more they've been trying to bump anybody they can off for insurance job, and then just rallying the troops, hate train. Here's the target, here's the one we all hate, okay? Here's the one we've robbed, okay? Sacrificed, took all their wealth from, tried to take the children, okay? Here's the one we all hate. Here's the one we want to bump on off for this money. With corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys. Here's the one we hate, okay? Even got a married couple again. So there's a married couple also involved. They wanted to become wealthy and they wanted to snatch the child or children for a cash bonus. So that is corrupt coppers and corrupt social services to help snatch children for a cash bonus. This happened with homicide police and social services in Hall 2 because they've done this to me. And they really don't care because they just kept it going, trying to kill me and my kids, and even sacrifice my little cherubim because they think they're hard, but they're not, but a worthless, useless piece of shit. Let me just tell you that. All wanted to come out of poverty. All wanted to come out of poverty. But they've got a very poor mentality, let me tell you that, yeah. 5 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles, they've lost their mind. They've lost their mind. Everyone who's collaborated together, they've all lost their mind. They've lost their marbles. They've all lost their sanity. Everyone who's collaborated, they've all lost their mind. Everyone who joined into battle, okay, they've all lost their mind. They've lost the marbles. They've lost their mind. They're mentally weak. I mean, how can you join forces to take wealth what's not even theirs? Oh my Lord. With a father figure. With a mentally unstable father figure who likes to use black magic. With a mentally unstable mother figure who also likes to use black magic. 2 of Swords in reverse. We're seeing through that. 4 of Swords. Thought masculine or feminine is on their own. We want to lay them down to rest. HIT man. I've got an idea. HIT man. That's coming to light about a HIT man. And then more black magic. More black magic. More HIT man. I've been through this. They don't want it to come to light. They don't like high priestesses or high priests of the high vibrational, and they don't like it if you walk away from them in a relationship, in a friendship, okay? Don't like it if you walk away from family members because they're all mentally unstable, they're all fakes, they're all thieves, they're all nonces, okay? They're all killers, psychopaths who want to rob the life out of you. So if you walk away from them, they're not having that. They'll try and sacrifice you. Wolves in sheep's clothing again, but we've got a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy involved. Who loves to do black magic, who's been helping take this wealth, okay, with an ex and dysfunctional family members, and also got onto a HIT man because with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, they don't want to give back what they've stolen, and they don't want it to come to light what they've done. All the fives there. What they've done is heartbreaking. And with the Six of Swords, they're trying to stop this from coming to light. And it's also linking to, they've all joined forces with a set of pedos. So they've joined forces with a set of paedophiles. And they don't want people overseas to know what their country's really like, but they're going to find out anyways because, well, yeah, they're going to get the truth anyways. Because there's so much evidence. And they've been persistently trying to drain masculine or feminine of all their energy with this spell work, energy harvesting, wrapping themselves, yeah, sneaking bad messages to each other. So there's probably so much messages from their accounts, like social media accounts, group chat messages, call logs, alright? So much evidence, it can't even be denied. Starting malicious gossip. Ruthless hometown, all will be facing justice. Set of dark witches and Jezebels. Dark witches, Jezebels, who was laughing. So they've just teamed up with Jezebels. They've teamed up with Jezebels. But they are all devil worshippers. Yeah, and they've been messaging Jezebel online, who has no spiritual protection, yet they love Jezebel. Alright? No spiritual protection, no divine connection, yet they love Jezebel. They all love Jezebels. Alright? They think that Jezebel deserves to have this wealth, what's not even theirs, so they've joined forces, okay, to become an enemy of masculine or feminine, because they like compulsive liars, and again, they don't like it that masculine or feminine doesn't want to be lied to or controlled. And now, with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, now a lot of them who went into backstab masculine or feminine to help these Jezebels outnumber masculine or feminine and quite possibly take hold of child or children, now they've all got a limp noodle, Two of Swords in reverse. We're seeing through that everybody who joined in because they wanted to come out of poverty and take money that wasn't theirs, so they helped Jezebel or helped Jezebels, and now they've all got a limp noodle. They thought they could avoid judgment for all attacking the innocent, sneaky, deceptive. If they're on their own, really easy target. We'll team up with a mentally unstable father figure who's weak-minded just like us. Yeah, an ex as well. Who's very mean and very possessive and thinks that they should have these like ideas or this line of work and everything for themselves. Yeah, we'll help them. You're telling me that they're not mentally retarded? Yes, the Swords, that's the truth. They're all mentally retarded. So maybe as a child, growing up, being surrounded by the mentally retarded, even as a child. We've got a Queen of Cups in reverse, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's all premeditated. Maybe this Queen of Cups could have a son who's involved, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's also mean and possessive. There's also unrequited love there. They don't know what love is. And they've got a very heavy heart. Because they also got involved in a HIT man. And then they also wanted to play the victim. So they got on a HIT man and they wanted to play the victim. And that's why they're all going to prison. Incubus, succubus, Jezebel, Mammon. Alright? Everybody who's helped them. These masculine energies, every single one of them's getting a limp noodle. The corruption runs deep. The underhanded behaviour runs deep. Everyone who took money, they're all going to prison too. Because, well, it's premeditated robbery, okay? And it's an accomplice, an accessory, joining to commit together. So there's a lot of people going down for this. A lot of people going down. It's just a ridiculous amount of people. It's absolutely... Oh. But masculine or feminine's family is the angelic realm. So this is where the Armageddon. Masculine or feminine's real family is the angels. So they've been battling against Archangel Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, and the Most High for money. So the Most High's seen everything. As if they've been battling against the Most High. As if they've been battling against all the angels for money and wealth. What's not even theirs. That's just bloody ridiculous, honestly. So they're obviously just all mentally retarded. They're all going to be... I've seen documentaries like on TV where people have mental health within side of the prisons, and they're all just like laid there on the bed. It's like a little mini like hospital ward where they all just lay on these beds, but they're all like in like these gowns with their asses hanging out, and that's where they all seem like they're going to be going. And they was all laughing at first about how mentally unstable and low vibrational they all are. And battling against Archangel Michael. So we're seeing through that. They've been battling against Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael's been going hard against these unstable, low vibrational people. Against this unstable, low vibrational ex, Archangel Michael's been battling. Because he knows who the victim is. And I've got that Archangel Michael is loving masculine or feminine. And maybe the good side of the law officials have been gathering evidence about these HIT men. Oh, I know. Why don't we just get onto another HIT man? Well, they won't let us lie and control, so they've got onto several different HIT men. This could be why it's going to be hitting the news. It's the swords, that's the truth. Got onto several different HIT men. Because they want to battle against Archangel Michael. But they've done this for me. They've been passing GUNs around for years, trying to pop me and my children. And everybody thinks it's funny in Hull and my family. 5 of Cups, they're going to lose everything. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. And then they're going to be chained and they're going to be bound. Okay, they're going to be put in cuffs. They are. Even this shit mother figure who thought that they would stick the boot in, they're losing the job. Could be a Capricorn who's losing the job, who's a coward, wanted to offload karmic debts, was smiling about it. Let your guard down, let us in, we love you, we care about you, we're worried about you. Smiling whilst falling false reports, smiling whilst battling to take money and wealth that was never even theirs in the goddamn bloody first place. Or because they wanted the bank balance to come on up. It's just disgusting. Multiple times they tried to sacrifice masking off everything for a come up. For a come up. Probably again linking to Freemasons or Eastern Stars. This is why the law needs to be changed surrounding them. They took money to sit back and watch. These officials took money. Officials bribed the BLOD money to not investigate crimes. It's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Especially when child or children's lives are in danger. They're just disgusting. Even these neighbours, they was taking money. So they will be going on trial also for a murder charge, attempted murder charge, and they're going to get life in prison. They are. They're going to get life in prison. Again, they tried to get masculine or feminine locked up for crimes they've not committed with false reporting. So they're even going to with an ex. And now they're all going down with an ex. Can you believe it? A married couple, neighbours, they're all going down with an ex. They're getting life in prison for being an accessory and accomplice for money under the table that was never even theirs. Because they didn't want to be able to work hard for what they wanted. It's just fucking really pissing me off, this reading. They wanted to have to go to work. They felt that they had rights. They wouldn't be named and shamed publicly. Yes, they will, because they rallied the troops to take hold of money that was never even theirs. And they wanted to end the child or children as well, because they've got away with that much evil acts and evil deeds. And that's what happens when there's like a shit police force like Humberside Police. Because this is what I've been going through too. And at Ansem and Humberside Police, they've just been issuing warrants for arrests for crimes I've not committed and dragging me around thinking they're great until they find out that they're getting sued hundreds and hundreds of millions.